it's Lily. Welcome to my video. Today we are building a maternity home. I just had this idea in my head and I wanted to realize it, so I did. And so for those who don't know, a maternity home is a place where mothers live who raised their child on their own and who need help from or support from somebody because they don't have support from their family or from friends, or their friends can't support them as much as they need. So this is a place where they can live and have a safe environment for their child. And so since we can only have 8 Sims living on one lot, I made 3 rooms, so 3 mothers can live there with one child each, and 1 supervisor can also live there, because normally in real life mothers who live in these homes have a supervisor who helps them and takes care of some things that they need help with. And I built this I just wanted to say little house, but it's actually quite big, I think. Well, at least it's big to put in a video. I had to cut out quite a few parts, like I cut out the bathrooms and how I built the floor, not floors, sorry, the hallways, and you will see them in the screenshots at the end, but I didn't put how I built them in the video because I think the other rooms are more interesting and it just took up too much time, so I only put them in the screenshots and won't show you how I built them in the video. Yesterday I realized that I didn't put up a video for, I think, a week or over a week, and I didn't even notice that much time passed. So in case you waited, I'm sorry, but I don't think anybody waited. So I didn't realize how much time has passed because I had quite a busy week, or I can't even remember what I did last Monday and Tuesday, but I went to a barbecue on Wednesday, and on Thursday my best friend and I went to this medieval festival I talked about in a different video, and it was actually very funny. we met a few nice people and talked to them, and we always saw the same people again and again, but we were actually looking for friends we went to school with, and we didn't meet them, not even once. And then there were other people that we met like 5 times. No, not 5 times, but it felt like a lot of times. And we didn't meet our friends because turns out that the only one of them who we could have written a text message to doesn't have a phone, which I find interesting because in our age group, it's kind of normal to have a phone, and it's I don't mean not normal to not have a phone, but unusual. That's the word I was looking for. It's unusual to not have a phone. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, I didn't tell you that I also, as always, skipped how I put in the wallpaper and the flooring, because I always take very long doing that. And yeah, I don't think you miss out on much if I don't show you, because you can see it in the end, and you can just imagine me struggling like for like 20 minutes. Yeah, and then you can imagine it would have been boring to put in the video. Yeah, so what was I talking about? I think I was talking about my busy week, because because I didn't realize how much time passed. Yeah. I'm always repeating myself. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but I'm still a little bit nervous recording my voiceovers, because I don't know who might listen to it or watch the videos, and maybe there will be some mean people or something. I hope not. But yeah, what did I do on Friday? Oh, yeah, in Germany we had Father's Day on Thursday, but because I went to the festival with my best friend, I didn't celebrate it with my father, so I baked him a cake on Friday after work, and then I spent the day or the evening at my parents' house, and and the next day I went to my best friend's apartment, and we had a little game night. So you can imagine, for some reason, why I didn't really notice how the time passed by, because I did something every day. And I don't know, I often just sit at home on normal days, but for some reason last week I had plans on almost every day. Like Sunday was Mother's Day, so I was at my parents' place again, and yeah. Okay, now you can see me putting in the dining room, and I don't know if you just noticed when I made a little breakfast nook in the kitchen, but I mismatched the chairs, because I was imagining in a maternity home, maybe they renovated this slightly older house, and they already spent a lot of money doing that. So I can imagine they wouldn't have much money to buy matching furniture all the time. And so I thought maybe they were given some chairs, and or maybe they had old chairs, or just found some. I know I always find chairs everywhere now. But yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. And then I thought maybe they had a little project with the mothers and their children, where they painted all the chairs the same colors, so they would fit together, or look good together. Now we skip to the living room. Don't worry, you will see all the rooms in the screenshots at the end. And I also put in a ground plan, because this house is slightly bigger than the homes I showed you before. So I thought it would make sense, because otherwise you wouldn't know how the layout is and where which room is, if I have to skip so much. And so I always, or not always, but if I can, I try to make my own little TV station. How do you call it? Well, you know, the little desk, or is it a desk? No, the place where the TV stands. A TV stand. Wait, that's the name, isn't it? I don't know. Well, you can see I built it with kitchen cabinets, and yeah, I think sometimes it turns out quite nice, like in this house, and sometimes, yeah, it just looks weird, and I just take a normal TV stand that they have in the game. Yeah. And yeah, I just built the living area, as you saw, and now on the other side of the room, I will make, or I did make, but you will see how I made the kids area, because I thought the living room is a place where everyone will be all the time in this house. It's the main room. It's called the living area for a reason. And I thought maybe this TV area is where the mothers and the supervisor will sit and talk, and in the back the children will play and have their fun, and still will still be supervised by their mothers and the supervisor, of course. It's her job. Yeah. And you can see me building a little reading nook, or not a nook, but a little cozy reading area with a few. I think I will put in another teddy bear. Yes, there it is. A few teddy bears and toys. And then at this point I remembered, maybe the children will have to sit somewhere when they eat. And I showed this footage to my mother before I recorded this voiceover, and she was like, "Why did you put the potties in the living room?" But I don't know. I just thought it would make the most sense to put them in the living room, since they will spend the most time in that room. But I guess in real life it would make more sense to put them in the bathrooms. But I don't know. I didn't think about it, and I just put them there because I thought, well, that's where the kids will play all day long anyway. So why not just put them there next to the books, so they can still listen to the stories while they're pooping. Oh, yeah. Now you can see me building the supervisor's room. And I thought, since all the main living areas, like the living room and the kitchen and the dining room, are so full of colors, that her room should be a little bit more toned down and muted colors. And I actually think I put the same wallpaper and carpet in all the bedrooms, because I thought that they would try to keep it pretty, what do you say? I don't want to use the word basic 1,000 times again, but they wouldn't want to use strong colors, because at some point the mothers will move out and other people will move in, and maybe there will be a different supervisor, and so I thought that the rooms should have more neutral colors. That's the word I was looking for. So they would have more neutral colors, so whoever will live there at some point can decorate their room however they want, without having to make huge changes. And then I put this little screen there, because I thought the person who lives and works there is at work 24/7. So she will probably want to not look at her work all day long, and when she tries to sleep and relax. So I put this little screen there so she doesn't have to look at her desk area and think about work all the time, because this person already lives at work, so I thought it was only fair to do it this way. And I noticed a few times I already said the word area now, but I don't know a different word with the same meaning. Maybe I should Google some synonyms, but I always say reading area, living area, desk area. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I will again say that I'm sorry about way too many things in this video. I think we're almost done with this room, and we'll move on to the mother's rooms. And I made up stories in my mind about the women who live there, or for some reason I thought more of teenagers living there. So it's like a teen maternity home. So maybe their parents don't want them with them anymore because they're disappointed in them or whatever. Because there's some people who sadly don't support their kids when they become pregnant at this age, and or at a teenage. Okay. You know what I was trying to say. And yeah, so this girl's room is pretty messy looking because I put this pile of clothing and bags and whatever is lying there on the ground. And I imagined that she purposely got pregnant as a teenager because she loved her boyfriend so much. And then when he found out she is pregnant, he left her, and she was heartbroken. But she tried to stay positive, and she was so happy she had a girl because she always liked playing with dolls, baby dolls, when she was little, and she always wanted a girl. But then when her daughter was born, she realized that it was way too early to have a child, and she needs a lot of help. So she lives in this maternity home because she wants to be the best mom she can be, but she can't do it on her own. And yeah, that's the little story I made up for this girl in my head. Oh yes, I hate when the children have nightmares, so I always put in those lamps. Yeah, so now we moved on to the next room, and I can tell you how I imagined this girl to be. So I thought she was probably, let's call her a bad girl. She didn't like school, and she didn't worry about school, and she had basically no worries in the world, and got through with everything somehow. And I imagined that maybe she was abusing drugs, and just not doing very well. So and maybe she had a boyfriend who made her do all those bad things, or I don't know, maybe she let some of her friends influence her in a not so good way. And then one day she found out she's pregnant and realized that now she isn't alone anymore, and she has to take care of this child, and she has to treat herself better and be a better person because now she has a responsibility for the first time in her life. And yeah, I imagined that having a baby was like a turning point in her life, and now she's actually doing well, but because she had this child so young, she can't provide for it by herself. So she had to come to this home because, I don't know, maybe for some reason her parents don't support her, or maybe she was a foster child, or yeah, I just imagined that she maybe had a sad childhood, but then it got better when she had her baby. Yeah, and this is the last girl's room, and I think it's the last room that I show you in the video. Well, except for the screenshots, of course. And yeah, she was actually a foster child because her father passed away when she was little, and her mom turned insane and killed herself. And I know it's dramatic, I'm sorry. But I don't know, I just made up these stories in my head. And yeah, then she was always a nice girl, but no family wanted her. And then she fell pregnant. I think that's how you say it, isn't it? And she was happy for the first time since years because she felt like she had a family again, and she misses to have a family. So she's very happy that she has this baby now, and yeah, that she has somebody to take care of and who will maybe take care of her or of her social needs. Or, I don't know if you can say that. But yeah, somebody who needs her and who she needs. And yeah, just a beautiful little story. And yeah, all positive. I don't even know. I finished too early. I'm not ready with the room yet, but I'm ready with the story. That's not all right. No, I have to talk. Yeah. I think because I made screenshots after I played with a family in this house, that maybe some items will be missing in the screenshots, like a diary I put somewhere and a kid's toy here and there might be missing because they had it in their inventories and I didn't realize. But yeah, that's the finished house, and I think it looks pretty simple from the outside, but again, a little bit more, what do you say, classic looking, I don't know, not a modern home. Yeah, that just was the back, and this is the front porch. Yeah, and this is the hallway in the entranceway. Yeah, you can see the kitchen and the living room through these round doorways. And yeah, this is the kitchen. I actually really like those floor tiles. Here you can see the breakfast nook and the mismatched chairs. And from the kitchen, you can get to the dining room. And yeah, it's, I don't know, it's pretty, I just wanted to say it's pretty. Oh, yeah. I think, oh, this is the downstairs bathroom. It only has a toilet. We have the living room here. I think you realized that I use a lot of yellows and blues in my rooms, like as wallpaper. Yellow and blue I use quite often. I like those colors. And yeah, here you can see the little kids area, the play area, and yeah, reading area. I said it again. And the supervisor's room, yeah, neutral colors, and here you can say when she lies in her bed, she doesn't have to look at her work. Yeah. And next you can see her bathroom. So she has her own bathroom. She doesn't have to share one with the girls. And this is the hallway when you go upstairs, and the first girl's room. A little messy, but very pink and girly, because there's 2 girls living in this room. And this is the second girl's room. Yeah, her sleeping area and her kids' sleeping area. And this is the main bathroom where they can wash their kids and brush their teeth, and a separate toilet to it because it's just easier in the game. This is even 1 floor higher, the hallway, and the last girl's room. Yeah, I think it's very pretty and girly, but not so pink. And the last bathroom, because I thought there is too many people living there. They need another bathroom. And now you can see all the floors in the ground plan. And yes, I had to Google this word, but now I know it. Yeah, and that's it. I really hope that you liked the video, and I would be very happy if you gave me a thumbs up. Goodbye!